Well, recently one of my YouTube viewers commented it would be helpful to post a list of RV products that may not be worth buying. That got me thinking, and I went back and had a look at all the items I've reviewed over the years. Now, I'm pretty picky about the products I decide to buy or review, so for the most part, I haven't had too many bad things to say. But I did find the following 9 RV products that, for various reasons, at least for me personally, I can put into the dud classification. So let's go. Number 1, the Revo Leveler. At the time, I actually gave this nifty RV leveling gadget a thumbs up. However, as often is the case with newer technology, it was soon surpassed by better products utilizing smartphone apps and Bluetooth connectivity. They are much easier to set up and use than this manual push-button LED digital leveler, so the Revo Leveler soon became a paperweight. About 6 months later, I was using the LevelMate Pro instead, but even it got off to a rocky start, consuming too many batteries until I added an on-off switch. The manufacturer has since including a power switch in the newer versions to increase the battery life substantially. Number 2, the Lenssun Flexible solar panel. The idea of a semi-flexible, super thin solar panel seems pretty cool, but in practice I feel it falls short. This Lenssun 100 watt panel, being so dark, tended to get overly hot, which reduced its amperage output. Solar panels like to run cool. The plastic surface is much more easily scratched or damaged versus the standard tempered glass panels. The one I reviewed actually failed after falling over in the desert, and the soft surface was easily punctured by a rock. Overall, my feeling is not to use flexible solar panels unless you have a curved roof, want the panels to be stealthy, or have weight issues. Otherwise, I feel the rigid panels give you a little bit more bang for the buck with higher power output and longer lifespan. Number 3, Hydro Power Blaster. For some reason, the Hydro Power Blaster on-off lever didn't completely shut off the water flow. The unit would always have a slight dribble. I'm not sure if I got a defective one or that's just the way it's supposed to be, but it was annoying. The slack portion of the hose would become unwieldy, and I found myself having to hang on to it. It'd be nice if they included some quick clamps or ties to hold against the pole. Overall, it turned out to be kind of a gimmicky thing. I actually ended up giving it away as I never used it much at all. Number 4, a Castle mirror dash cam. Interesting idea for dash cam mounting, but I found in my test using my Ram 3500 pickup truck there was just far too much reflection interference when the screen was on. I also found the image too washed out in bright light. Furthermore, when the screen was off, the Acaso D12 mirror dash cam was nowhere near as good as a regular rear view mirror, much darker, less clear, so it really wasn't useful to me. I also reviewed a similar mirror dash cam from HaloView. It had a much superior display, and I was planning to use it when towing the trailer, but soon they came out with an even more deluxe RV camera system, so I ended up giving the mirror dash cam system away to a viewer as one of my 5 gifts in my recent 25,000 YouTube subscriber celebration. Number 5, PlastiMend. I had high hopes for this product that it would fix a couple small cracks in my ABS plastic waste tanks, but it was a total fail. I tried patching and repatching several times, but the cracks would always reappear. Another con for this product is its noxious fumes required the use of a respirator mask when I was applying. After multiple failed attempts, I switched to a plastic repair product from West Systems called G-Flex 655 epoxy, and so far it's been holding up great. Much easier to apply and safer fumes wise. Number 6, Strida folding bike. This unique looking Strida folding bike is well built, lightweight, and folds up super compact. I have to say it was fun to blast around the local waterfront paths with it. However, when I took it south for the winter, it was basically useless. The wheels were so small and thin it couldn't cope with the desert's dirt and gravel roads, and climbing any hills was a total chore. I've ended up actually sending it back to the company that sent it to me for review. I can see it has its place as a slick little city commuter bike, but not for RVers unless they only camp in, say, flat paved areas like Florida. Number 7, FlexAir Pin Box. Though the FlexAir Pin Box is definitely not a dud for many fifth wheel trailer owners, it turned out to be one for my rather smallish Keystone Cougar. It was sent out for review by the folks at Lippard, but I think there was a mix-up between the service techs and the marketing department. It didn't take long for us to realize the pin box, rather than smoothing out the ride, had actually introduced an extremely annoying back and forth chucking motion at highway speeds that was never there with our solid pin box. I contacted Lippard right away. They got me on the phone with an expert who told me the FlexAir was designed for a much larger, heavier trailer, and my smaller rig is better suited for their Air Ride pin box. Thankfully, they sent me out the Air Ride to swap, and I've loved it ever since. Hindsight is 20/20, so the tip is to research the various pin boxes for best fit for your particular fifth wheel. Number 8, BetterWay Mobile Scale. In my experience, the BetterWay didn't live up to the hype. The BetterWay weight readings come close to the real world scale, but not close enough and consistent enough for me. I find there's too many mechanical and user variables involved during calibration and testing to produce consistent results. Therefore, in my humble opinion, the BetterWay scale is an interesting gadget, but not accurate enough to properly weigh the rig, truck, or payload. It may, however, act as a rough guide, letting you know when you need to visit the certified scales. And finally, number 9 is my latest dud gadget, the Mopeeka propane tank wireless level gauge. With only a month or so of use, I already had one of the sensors fail and start to eat batteries in less than a day. I believe there was a buildup of frost on the bottom of the LP gas cylinder that did it in. I've heard from numerous other RVers also reporting problems with failing sensors, especially in cold, humid climates. Mopeeka's been good about it and honored the warranty by sending out a new sensor for free. I think to try and solve the problem, I'm going to apply a silicone conformal coating to protect the circuit board from moisture. I'm hoping that works, as the product does do a good job of reporting the percentage of propane remaining in my cylinders, which is really handy. So there you go, that's kind of 9 that were duds for me. If you want to see many more of my RV product reviews, I'll give you a link to the LYRV archives and you can check them out. Till next time, this is Ray from LoveYouRV.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers, folks.